Good evening, listeners, and thanks once again for receiving us in your homes with our Hearts Lab as we continue in our studies of keys to the kingdom. As usual, it's a great pleasure. We all understand we are studying together. When we have shared our thoughts, you also have the opportunity to share your thoughts, and we also learn something from you. Thank you very much. Etiefo ena makwenya so echia obibia na edema sese enen so odo akmapa maaji awawa tu omufia etu ayade asuaso na se na kan le bia no e de pass enya ade atum se yesua ade enya kan ye de wi a wa kwenya se umsu mechre mo adwen ensu ya se bi afi mo nchen yere masi bebre nsuo na akofa ne ho asema aba ena ye kan ho nsem yepe anu ye ema ye hawo onu na ya adi ho bobo kakra ajasa say de say dani a lone ranger or say den o ye nya ona ombeso ya ba ma ye betumi a cheche ne ma ya siwi nanso ye nso de ye ho kakra no onu ne ye di be atudwa na de ye tudwa nso so ye na ya abode nyansampie de we ya chi ho na ya researchers na omo akọ hwehwe mu e de aba no na ya fa no bi na ya ka ho asem kakra yen so de ye ne ho no na ye di ho abobo sene a ebe ya ye nyina ye ho beton yen. Listeners, a few weeks now we've been trying to handle this issue of water and the sanity of water for our use, and being critical as it is, we're trying our best to bring on board what we have seen for ourselves glaring in the eye, and also what we have documented as research findings that we like to share as the basis of the authority upon which we are speaking. We have realized that we are at a point where it is getting quite challenging to have resource persons to assist, but we understand the times. So we will present what we have as it is, and then you, since it's a research-based, it helps us to digest a little bit. Today, I will try to catch up very quickly so we can have sufficient time for you to come in for us to discuss the issues concerning our water sanity as we see it. Last week, we spoke about the condition of the Weija Dam as we saw it, and today we want to make a little submission on a case study that has been published. Incidentally, this was published as far back as 2020. A case study on the Weija Dam. This was published as far back as 2020 in a journal that has to do with water sanity. This is titled Quality of Raw Water from Ghana's Reservoir, a case of Weija Reservoir. We're not going to go through the entire document, but we're picking up a few spots. This was done by Ebo Samson of University of University of Alabama, and also Oscar Ajimanopoku of University of Cape Coast. They teamed up to do this work, and it's on the Weija Dam. I will do a bit of reading in English, and then we'll try to make a submission in Twi for our listeners who are not very privileged with the English language to also come on board. Then we also have, in fact, these documents are submitted in 2020 in the Journal of Environment and Earth Science. Studies over a 14-year period as to what has been going on around the Wager Lake. So, interestingly, another submission in December 2023. This is a statement published in Graphic Online, and the statement made by the Water Research Board Chair, Mr. Anthony Boateng, during the celebration of one of the water bodies, water occasion, and he made some submissions and concerns as at that time of 2023. So let's see what these bring on board for our discussions. At here for the air can is ani the abode nyansape anhwehwemu a ebinom aye ewo yensuo nsem ho titiriw na Wager nsuo no Wager reservoir no nsem a ade anhwehwemu a mo aye efa de course so be say mfie eduana du9 mfie du9 atwemi 14 years na sa nhwehwemu ya chono omudi tujwa ewo 2020 and omudi tujwa na ne amokan no yebe kan bibiwe wo brofum kakra ansa na yabe yimo twi na ya bue phone lines no ye nya ye di ho abobo kakra enti ya na mo anya botre amayen kakra edemasi bebre also ye saka say board chair near other nsuo asemo ano ewo water research ono nso di assembly etujwa ewo mfi 2023 emu efa di ekoso wo yensuo nsemo ho we ni nyina kire se yen tete hokwa a yen dwen nsuo asemo ana so obi nenye se obi amfa assembly antujwa ewo nsuo asemo nti ebewie no na ebebisa no say na say dia nsem ne nyina we num ne ya atudwa na eba no sen ansa na yantumi antoa ho anomo no pa bia akoba no say anasa anamo to the extent say ene how ambesi anamo pa na motu no den na anko enim akoba no say and then still na ye wo how anasa how no so na ekoso nti me wie na me kan we ni na obrofo mu a mesa akem wo twi na abue phone lines no na yenyina ya kire ya adwen ewo asem yo yedemasi bebre. I'll take a quick snapshot of the abstract and then I will take a dive straight to conclusion and recommendation. The methodology and so forth, they are all here for the academics, but then we will not have time to go through all that. So I believe when I take on the abstract, that gives you an overview of what is contained, and then we will look at the conclusion and recommendation. And this is on quality of raw water from Ghana's reservoirs, a case of Wager Reservoir by Lord Ebo Samson of the Department of Geography and Regional Planning, University, and then also Oscar Opoku Ajiman, University of Cape Coast. The abstract goes as follows, and I quote: the increase in population within the Densu River Basin, DRB, from 450,000 in 1984 to 947,000 in 2000, that the year 2000, shows an average yearly growth rate of 3.26%. This therefore has resulted in the increase of anthropogenic activities which have caused contamination with regard to the quality of raw water from the Weija Reservoir. Using descriptive study design, the study aimed at analyzing the trends in water quality parameters and also finding some of the existing relationships between these parameters over a 14-year period. The study used 16 water quality parameters, and it was revealed that most of the water quality parameters recordings fell within the World Health Organization guidelines during the 14-year period. Water from the Weija Lake can be termed to have been of high quality, putting into consideration phosphorus, nitrate, ammonia, magnesium, calcium, total hardness, fluoride, iron, and sulfate, since they fell within the World Health Organization guidelines. This effect gives a signal of resource stability by the population within the catchment. On the other hand, the water can be termed to have been of less quality over the 14-year period by considering parameters such as stability, color, pH, temperature, suspended solids, and total solids, since their recordings were often above World Health Organization guidelines. In view of this, it is recommended that stakeholders of DRB, that's the Densu River Basin, such as the Densu River Authority, DRA, the Ghana Water Commission, GWC, the Weija Headworks, WHW, and the district assemblies should ensure that sustainability of quality of water from the Weija Reservoir is achieved through clean integration of social, environmental, and economic development, as emphasized in the definition of sustainability given by the Brundtland Commission. So that is the, call it the overview or the abstract of the work that was done and submitted by Lord Ebo Sampson and Oscar Opoku Ajiman, recorded as University of Cape Coast. Now, the various parameters were looked at, and those details we will not present here for time, and we want to make it as simple, but then we will want to jump straight through to see what they say in a bit of detail on recommendations based on the conclusion that this study can conclude on the basis of the results and findings from discussions that most of the water quality parameters average yearly recordings on water from the Weija Dam fell within the World Health Organization standards during the 14-year period. Water from the Weija Lake can be termed to have been of high quality, putting into consideration phosphorus, nitrate, ammonia, magnesium, calcium, total hardness, fluoride, iron, total dissolved solid, pH, and sulfate, since they fell within the World Health Organization guidelines. This effect gives a signal of resource sustainability by the population within the catchment. On the other hand, sustainability of the Weija Reservoir by the people within the River Densu catchment was seen with little concern, as the water can be termed to have been of less quality over the 14-year period by considering parameters such as stability and color, since their recordings were often above World Health Organization guidelines. Average yearly recordings on suspended solids were not encouraging, since World Health Organization advises that water for drinking should have no amount of suspended solids. Also, iron recordings signal a threat on the quality of the water, since many of the yearly average recordings were not far from reaching the guidelines of 0.3 milligrams per liter. On the whole, the study was able to analyze the trend in quality of raw water and establish some relationships among the water quality parameters over the 14-year period. Now let's take what it said in the recommendation based on this conclusion. And it says, recommendations. Agricultural departments at the various district and municipal assemblies within the DRB are to either educate or encourage farmers on clean methods and technologies for farming so as to ensure that the water body maintains its low recording of agricultural related parameters such as phosphate, nitrate, and ammonia. In addition, sanitation departments on the various municipal and district assemblies are to ensure that proper measures are put in place to regulate and promote proper solid waste disposal. This, when taken seriously, will result in the low recordings of turbidity, color, and total suspended solids in water from the Wager Lake. Also, activities such as small-scale gold mining, sand mining, and stone quarrying need to be regulated by the stakeholders such as DRA, WRC, WAW, and various MMDAs so as to ensure low recordings of dissolved solids and iron in the reservoir. That is the work done by Lord Ebo Samson and Oscar Opoku Ajiman, Department of Geography and Regional Planning, University of Cape Coast, published in the Journal of Environment and Earth Science, Volume 10, Number 5, year 2020. Now, what did the board chair of water research, Mr. Anthony Boateng, what did he say in 2023? Water pollution poses threat to Ghana's water security. Water Research Board Chair. And this is recorded in Graphic Online, dated December 1st, 2023. And it says the continued pollution of Ghana's water bodies will serve as additional stress to efforts to supply clean and potable water to Ghanaians. The board chairman of the CSIR Water Research Institute, WRI, Anthony Boateng, who made the above observation, believes that many Ghanaians do not value water nor the environment, hence the continued destruction of the country's water bodies and environment. He said, even though access to clean and secure water is integral to Ghana's growth and development objectives, that is, our individual and collective behaviors as citizens clearly does not seem to put greater value on water. That is a quotation direct from him. Mr. Boateng, who was speaking at the open day of the CSIR WRR on Tuesday, November 28, 2023 in Accra, said, our actions have clearly shown over the years that we do not value water nor our environment. Our actions have clearly shown over the years that we do not value water nor our environment. End of quote. Atie for the American bebrebe any nyina actress abode nyansape efo mienu bi ena omoye nhwehwemu omuya alisua efa yede nsu weja dam no nsu a ta ho no dam no omoye nhwehwemu kakra de ekoso ewo mfie do 9 I trim best copy said 2020 omo ye nhwehwem na de omo ho enu na omo ho se ani densu weja dam no nsu a ebe mu no se ye fa niema yedi esusu nsuo ehwe se eye ana no omo fa niema dunsia ena omo yedi ye nhwehwemu no na bra omo ye sa nhwehwemu no omo hu se meka no se dodo na eye ewo sa bre no na de na omo enye a omo hu ye ene de efa sena nsuo no eni tie niema ewo nsuo no ma ensese ewo mu ahonom no omo hu se na eya sei abroso nti onu ya ade a omo ehu ye wo denso weja dam no nsuo no ehu na omo hu no saa no omo di nsem bi etudwa a echese nia omo di omo hu a ese ye ya ebeboa na de omo kan ni se ayinim se ye ekwadwuma ewo nsuo no ehu na fertilizer ni nkeka ho no enduro a ye de ye ekwadwuma ni nyina ebi ka nsuo no titro ye na yefuo eben nsuo no ebi ka no ena ona omu ye kwari omu bubo buba a moton no ono nsusu ebi eka ye nsuo no ena omu hu se ani ona omu ye mining gold na ye say galamsey ena nkeka ho ni nyina ona omu ye mining no se ye ahwiampo wona omu tutu ahwia ni nyina edi omofin ebi ebeka nsuo no nti sebe ya anka wona omododo ekwa ewo efo wo ebe nsuo no omonhwe senia omoye adwuma no na ankoba no se ekwa adwuma no ebe ma nsuo no asai sansu na ye assemblies a omonnyina ebe nsuo ho no omonhwe se senia ombe ye nhihye a obi ankoye bibi abesa nsuo no na no nso yan hwe se ona ye sisa ye se be ye janan ekotugu o se ye hu ye se na ye no na ono nso so wanfa ne fi ankoka nsuo no nti omudi adwumai ehihye wona omunyina omwo chefa bi ewo nsuo no hu nsem no hu no omu enhwe aye Denso River Authority aye Water Research Commission aye Weja Headworks ona oye adwuma o dam ho no ena MMDAs omu nyina omu nhwe na omu ndi omu adwuma se na ebe ya nsuo no aye ko dam no mu no ense na omu hu se iron a ko nsuo no mu so no na eye adosun pa enti we ye ade a omuka enti se omu de asase mi etu wona omu hu se omu dwumadie no ebi ka nsuo no ho asem no aye Denso River Authority Water Research Commission Weja Headworks ɛna MMDAs no ɔmo hwɛ sɛ ɔmo tu anamo assemblies ni nyina ɔmo tu anamo na yɛde asɔ nneɛma yi ano na no na yɛbɔ hwee ɛsa kɔ graphic online daily graphic ɔmo ntwerɛ a ɔmo de atɔ abɛɛfo ntintan so no 2023 December ɛkɔba no sɛ Water Research Institute ɔmo de open day bi na open day no na ɔmo board chairman ɛka sɛ tiewa ayɛ sɛ sɛnea yɛyɛ yɛadeɛ no akɔyɛ no sɛ nsuo ho nsɛm no ɛmfa yɛn ho sɛnea yɛsi yɛ yɛadeɛ no sɛ akɔyɛ sɛ nsuo ho nsɛm no ne environment ɛnyɛ adeɛ a ɛho hia yɛn okay odi ma me quote no brofo na me semi translation you wrong na wa boa me or see our actions have clearly shown over the years that we do not value water nor our environment say ma yire me ho kakra enti onu ni asem a board chair of CSI Aroro 2 2023. Sabre yewo 2024. 2020 ena nipa mienu esuapon from mienu so omuye omunhwehwemu ewo de ekoso ewo weja dam no ho ena omuru asem 2 sisi ayewo 2024 anti say 2020 na obi a chiro we ne mebisa me ho ni say wona na ehun ye wona na ekan ye na so obi hu ye e na okan ye nipa no na owo di bia otumitu ahun anamo bi ana na anamo be na etu ye yenim nti we de asambisa ene ye de tu ho na board chair Water Research Board Chair Anthony Boatin onu susu papa Boatin aka say sɛnea yɛsi yɛ adeɛ no akɔyɛ sɛ nsuo ho asɛm no ɛmfa ho na wei ne nyinaa no sɛ kɔba no saa yɛho yɛ anaasɛ mpanyam paa nsuo ho asɛm no ɛmfa ho ɛnti obiara ɛmfa nhyɛ n'adwom sɛ deɛ na yɛbɛyɛ afɛ ho anaa ɛtiefo wei ɛyɛ ebinom adwenkyerɛ a ɔmo de yɛ mpensempensemu abɔde nyansapɛ ɔmo de yɛ mpensempensemu nea ɔmo ho yɛ a ɔmo de ato dwa one of my young for 14 years, a motion the ecoso around the wager, you know, and a mudia one sem atuja. 14 years, a dozen, near Cosus are bringing out a dozen said, who fear the ecoso. And I about say, one hour or war assembly can't ever ensure Densu River Authority, Water Research Commission. And a wager headwest one amuye juma ewo dam no so eho no and MMDAs and a district assembly sa muni na eben nsuo no o de ato omunu se omuntu anamo se ne ombeya ombestumi aboa omundi hihye aboa na omudi be so sisa nsuo se no ano omuka se ane mining and I say galamsey mining of uniform say ya hwiao say ya gold o say ya bubo na ye bubo na ye bubo ni nyina no ebi ebeka nsuo no na ekwadwuma ye a onu susu ben nsuo no onu susu ebi koka nsuo no ema niema a ese ewom ansa na aba for treatment no ni nyina kom nti ye no sen onu ne asema ya de atujwa se wenum omo ye nhihye na ye nhwe sabre to say me last week me kan ma sa me san esisu kan say ahwia da obi dem na wa hu say sa ahwia metu a menya sikedi onim say otu a esa bibi no so onu so feel say me ni bibia edi adwuma bi ani me nsam na sɛ wo sɛ ma mentu a any idea now this so I know said Miss Sumenya bibi edi oho enam sam kase no ewo o kan o say yenya alternative dien na odi bo anipa no say mon twi ne ho emfi saade a oye a no fi say o nya ne sika buburu ja efim oho ena me de me say asem no ewo. Yeah. Yeah, but yes, I Jumano Tembia, or Nyasika. I will cut off straight. Stop this work. Now said no alternative provided. That is where I see the big issue in this. I just we will want to open the phone lines after this submission that we've just done. We would like to open the phone lines and give listeners a chance to make their comments, provide their contributions, possibly for solution to the problem, and then we will take it up from there. I'd like to give sufficient time today. Next week, we will not take up this topic again. So, listeners, the issue is there have been some studies that have gone on. This is what we are seeing available to us straight away online. We know there have been other studies, of course, that have gone on, and the hope is that it has reached the right authorities for them to know that this is what is happening. So we are saying that before us, something has been said by the Water Research Board Chair in 2023. Lord and his friend, they have also made their comments or findings and published in 2020. Lord and Oscar, they made their findings published in 2020. Who saw it? What did we do about it? We are in 2024 and the situation is worsening. Right, so at this point, we'll open the phone lines and listen to. Yes. Yeah, so this is a research paper published in a journal. Yeah, it's here for now.
because you internet now. I didn't get part in the bank. If you need an income, you have been a coffee, you know, with things, you know, with the women's for Canon. In case you didn't mention it, more would you have more serious when I. Well, if you did that, or my love will go up as well. Who did the use of Christo Cano that they will remove? They didn't do any good move in on my back. I'm not sure they will make an enemy. I think I know, never reduce your room, and you put no job at the bed. Accident from you change is to buy. You change is to buy. I wouldn't unless a driver, a driver, nobody knows very much of any driver now, or which one I am a can up with. But you're going like home, no computer driver now, driver yet. It's here to when you know, then change is to buy. Look who many you may in that. But don't put it out for rooms, and they are.
Yeah, that's it.
0533-100066 Ekwabese yebefa so a enyina yebebo a yensuo no eni bete esa se weje ya galamsin so ya bebom wo to bi na wo num kwa na yemsi so no matter what hello DJ oh voice akwa ichiri pa o and then the voice are quite cheap. South Review 0533-100066.
Hello?
Yeah, I did design of refrain.
You will never create mosquitoes. Let them see information.
Let them see. It's you.
You, the young person, I think we have the children. Papa. Maybe a baby, I can't say, one. I can't come take Kuma or to me. One say, yeah, come. Yeah, I got a full area that I'm show me, and I tried now with show me at the program. And my now, the second one, we said, no, the mark any show me. The papa will be for any show me. I'm going to go out there. And so we say, yeah, I make it. I can't be running. Sada also a mission for a young peke. If you say it to the best idea, not in so much, not in Noma, Uncle Fire, Alpha, my end. You see, I must say, so much of what I can wish. No problem, which I tell you, I mean, any in that.
Let them see, yeah, I say 0533-100066. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good evening. Good evening. What did you say? Free.
My name is Kofi from Lagos.
Okay, let's hear you.
It is, I need to congratulate you for this important work that you are doing.
Thank you, sir.
I want to say, why do we have leaders? All of us as Ghanaians cannot rule. Therefore, we appoint leaders to rule on our behalf. And we have laws that they are supposed to use to govern us.
Yeah.
And if they cannot maintain or use this law to govern us, then it means they are hopeless, useless leaders. They are not supposed to even be given chance to rule the nation at all. Secondly, if we are saying because I don't have job, and if I don't do galamsey at near water bodies, near what we are eat, if we have that thinking, then it means we are not thinking at all. What is the cost-benefit analysis? Do we destroy our own water body, foreign reserves, and survive? So the argument that when people don't have jobs, because they don't have jobs, they can destroy water bodies is hopeless, it's useless. But we need to stop thinking badly, and we need to think. We need to think. When you go to China, when you see their water bodies, they present them. But we allow Chinese to come and destroy our water body. Are we not thinking, are we dead? No.
I can understand your grievances.
Yeah.
Okay. Also meet your friend.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Reverend.
Yeah, I thank all the submitters or the comments. And what I would say to the last caller from Legon is that, you see, when the person hasn't started the distraction with the thinking that this is available to me and I mean, the eyes have been opened now that I can eat from here. If the person hasn't started, the issue would have been different. But now the person has started and he sees that he's going to be able to eat, or he's eating from there, it's going to be tough to tie him off. If he were pushed off originally, not even to go in that direction at all, the trouble of getting him off would have been easier. That is what I'm submitting here. It doesn't mean that he has the right to do it, but yes, he's been hungry. That is not the right place to go and eat. But he found himself into it somehow. And to say stop just like that without providing alternative will need a certain change of mind, and somebody has to take him through that process to get him reoriented, to keep his mind off, to know that what I'm doing, even though it's feeding me, it is not the right thing to do. Somebody has to do that for him. But if we think that a person will, out of his hunger, just give up just like that without anyone helping him psychologically, that is where I'm having the challenge.
Maybe should it be community engagement?
It is all hands on deck, Adjuster. It is all hands on deck. It is all hands on deck. Just like the first submitter said, you cannot sit back and just be simply blaming authority. Authority, in the second submission, the authority has laws and policies and guidelines, everything there on the table for you to use to rule the country or wherever jurisdiction you find yourself. So that is there. Sometimes probably we tend to add too much human faces to the application of the laws. And then we end up bending and overbending the law, thinking it is not breaking. And then we get ourselves into this situation. I think we need some interpretation.
Information to the public to know what is going on. It is a job with the other on ya, some media for no people, no more casa. But for our woman by casa, over the next day. Now, Obinus of a trophy park, the daily news be back up.
Hello. Last week, Erastus or Yagalam say, you know, you're quite chilly park of a one brim on watching in brim.
Because we are making sure Western region. So I mean, in so and for one. When you should be actually aware that first Kapu show will be. Okay, I have never been wrong with a man because what someone saw, I think the thing never get it. I don't want to be far. Oh, God, how much.
And then you move around. Wow. I can't see or number and no be an honor. Who's your number and no be an honor? Man Pamne or Cheching at the Munina, since you need be an mono. It is all only a bonus anners only Pausu Kuno, the Jinapanas also Cotono. They also will be a even Cotoni and Nama Jenny Patuani and the day who is you mean in an and only be an mono. About nothing more can you bet. You be looking. That's an apple of or tap a wood drinking water. Oh, yes.
Not to
oh, yes.
If you tell a full plan of warfare all over Africa, then only one of the African countries, so this is what they started in Ghana. I see no reason why we should be starting them.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's it. True. So, Kondo could be sick, Ruby. So, I was your target in your saying. Yes, I know, but no day. Oh, no, no. There, or could be a CEO in a young casa. Hello. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is not free.
Yeah. The daily family was in the city. I'm going to Mama Kingside.
Family too.
Yeah, it is little my link to say. It's about time to say, get country diet ready awareness to a point that the ordinary person now on takes it and not to do the question on also other alert of a trip. Now I alert. Now our who damage and normal way in an and also one and programs are added my
okay, I'm with you. I don't understand. I said, yeah. Your event health organization will room how. Hospital now. Oko Christia BBN Bogos near the idea. Doctors are more reporting, you know, Monday Bass and Colombo almost is here. Omo never pepe. Omo never pepe. And as I report, nobody if you are a back and cry her head. The only aware, it's a den almost all year found.
We are aware the damage of whole photo. I think we alert of the damage of whole photo. They only put that and you think that we are ever at least there will be little bit cautious in our own.
Okay.
You know,
also, there was a young fellow 0533 1000 66 0533 1000 66. Hello. DJ Wabre, Fashion, hi. Okay, me too.
Yes, I'm here.
You do.
That's your reverend, and I defer. One on back. Catch our train, I look back. I'm going to tell you my cat. I'm a Jamaican. When I am pretty down. Papa, I'm a Jan, I'm a father, I'm a American. Why, Papa? My champion. When you go red of bottle, I'm on a middle can. Like, yeah, I'm a better movie. That's with Dino. Hopefully, but any son. Really? About 10 years on. This is a big walk. You're going to get a walk. No, I have to walk my head. You can suffer one. I'm not. You're walking a hat. You're walking a hat. Look about me. You're my family rabble.
My friend for me and son county uncle. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I need to sign off referee.
I'm a question of calling from Bawisi Accra.
All right, let's hear you.
On the aspect of the Galamsey and the calling of the water body, I think the authorities of the region have done a lot on that. So it's up to the youth or the people who are doing the illegal mine that is creating the flood of the water body to also comply with the leaders of the nation so they push stop to the illegal mining so that everything will calm down and the water body will be on its order. I think that is what I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I need to sign off referee.
Yes, I'm concerned with my technical.
Oh, yeah, for some who watch it, walk on there.
Oh, I have some good to
Appreciate you.
so, I'm saying I have to that issue there. And then like, and I do need my
Last call, brother. Last call, brother. Now, I think 96 man left. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I need to sign off referee.
Did you have a see me for a people?
Yeah, I'll go see it here. We are
See, I would say the lack of knowledge, my people perish.
yes, we are perishing.
The lack of leadership, the nation perish. And that is what we are saying now. My brother who come from Lagos said it all. We don't have leaders in this country. They just wear the big coat and put on big shirt and go on the street without doing nothing. And the nation is perishing to the end. But as of today, what is that? Are we human beings? What are we saying? What are we teaching our children, our children that is coming? It's bad, it's very bad. Very, very bad.
Okay, I will see. Thank you. Reverend.
Just
Almost like your margin.
Annie. Right. So thank you all very much. Let me draw a thin line through all the submissions that have come up so far, and let me see if I will be concluding right. Whatever it is, it takes a change of mind, an attitude by all of us. The point is, how many people are really convinced they are aware of the consequences of their actions or inactions? Much as we are all thinking that we are all rational beings, how many people are really that aware consciously of the situation at hand? Somebody had to find a way of waking them up. Somebody goes to fetch water from a stream whatever state it is in, it says, I am thirsty. And it goes to drink. Once it quenches a thirst at that time, it thinks all is well. How much is such a person aware of the extent of possible damage that he could causing to himself, or even to the family who will be taking care of him when he is sick because of the drinking of that water? I think when it comes to the issue of authority, we can't throw it away, because if I should go now and stand by the street here and start blasting my loudspeaker talking about water pollution, I need permission from somewhere to stand by the street and talk. So whatever we talk about, we by all means need a certain leadership direction in what we will do and support in doing it, so that whoever is even going out to create awareness will have the right sponsorship to go out and create that awareness. Eti for yemre ayetiawa, the can say the metumi afa on the can nyina no kire say an ehia adwen sakra nanso o say yan chiase say enye obia na ho a otumi hunu easy say saadi a mi ye nsanso a edi ba no say ni enye mame enye ma obi ye be kan say ye nyina ye adwen nanso wakofia no na enti saa enti e be hia say obi eboa na yetumi ema ebo wen nyina nka ewo saa asem yi ehu sami fa mi loudspeaker say asem mi gina kwan chen aka nsem a me kan wa ha say me ko bisa kwan misre kwan afi assembly ho ansa na magoye sa assembly ama me kwan a me ntumi mpushi enkodi gina ho sa enkasa nti ye nyina ye ka ho na ya hwe se na ye benya adwen sakra etie for aha na ene de edi ye besie me number no ye 020 812 5078 020 812 5078 Church Universal and Triumphant. They are swear ewa Adenta SDA Junction. Ye be me dokno ho school mo ha. Nyame adoma da sene ye be tua share bio na ya tua ye additional so. Ye dem say bebre.